Good morning, everyone. Sounded like a teacher. Today, we're going to do a twin flame reading. I have been off sick with tonsillitis. It's still there, but I can actually speak today. So I thought I'd jump on and do a twin flame reading. There's a lot that's been going on energetically in my collective, the collective that I'm a part of. Lots of downloads have been coming through for the divine feminines from the divine masculines. I was the opportunity card, which is actually why I grabbed this deck, because I was wondering if this would come out. I'll get to that. Sorry, that just really took my train of thought. So it seems like there's an opportunity coming through and abundance. So if you look at this card, there's like all of this money that's raining down. Okay. Yeah, so I received the download that my divine masculine is the one that facilitates the triggers for the both of us. The higher self, sorry, not the 3D conscious self, but the higher self that the divine masculine and the divine feminine share. The divine masculine energy in the connection is the one that facilitates the the triggers and all of the lessons that are to be learnt throughout any witch cycle that they're currently going through, which is really interesting. And that felt very comforting when I received that information. Also, my divine masculine had told me that the idea of the karmic is it's not just always going to be like a karmic person that they're with. For a lot of people, that's how that shows up. But throughout the duration and the course of the twin flame journey, all twin flames, you're going to notice that there are just things that keep coming up. Triggers are karmic, okay? Triggers are karmic. Trauma is a karmic. Situations are karmic. Jobs are karmic. We know that. Friends are karmic. Everything that provides a challenge to the twins on the journey is a karmic. So it's not just always going to be a person. So it's whatever karmic situation you're dealing with right now, okay? So last night, my divine masculine came home from work. As you guys know, we are in a relationship, and our contract, our soul contract, our twin contract is to do this journey in relationship, okay? Now, a lot of people have said to me, oh, I wish that was the case. And let me tell you, it doesn't make it any easier and it doesn't make it any nicer, because in my situation, you have your both divine masculine and divine feminine are physically there, living in the same environment, living under the same roof, sleeping in the same bed. But there's no, especially during the periods of separation and disconnection, I like to call it, when we're repelling each other, we're repelled. There's no intimacy, there's no sharing. We're just living at this point, dealing with each respective triggers that come up. Sure, there are moments in the meantime of connection, but over the last year and a half, it's been pretty scarce because of what we've been facing and what we've been going through. So it's essentially the idea of you being with your masculine or your masculine being there. It's not what people envision it to be. It can't be, because the environment and the energetic environment within ourselves does not have, it's not a place that can foster. The love is always there, but the rest of the in-between stuff sort of takes up all the space and all the room. Anyway, so my divine masculine came home from work and told me that he had been offered a new salary package, this is the first time, he's only 23, so this is the first time that he's been offered something like this, and it is a significant amount. And that, oh boy, that really triggered me. And all yesterday I had been facing and dealing with triggers, or trying to, what did I put? I channeled it on my Instagram yesterday. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen yesterday's post. It was about the way that, I'll just read some of it. The divine feminines today are battling through the unconscious needs to contort, twist, bend, change, and adjust themselves in order to be compatible with their divine masculine. And for me, it was surrounding my worthiness financially, my socio-economic footprint, I guess. The divine feminines today are going to be finding themselves needing to face that once and for all. They may experience feelings of anxiousness, dread, fear, shame, and guilt. I had experienced that all day, and I wasn't really understanding why until he came home. These are all signs that today, this is what your divine masculine is guiding you to learn and heal. The way that the divine feminine can do this today is by reparenting the self. This looks like talking to your inner child about what you are feeling and experiencing inside your body. Telling the inner child that no, you don't have to do this or that to be worthy, or for your divine masculine to love you and want to be with you and choose you. In fact, it's the opposite. You mustn't change yourself and go against your wants, desires, and needs in order to be worth something or someone. It will be uncomfortable to even say that to your inner child, but tell your inner child that you are there with them in this moment, facing the fear, anxiety, and uncomfortable feelings together. This will bring you inner peace. So yeah, it was just really, I was so happy and so pleased for him. But I don't know what it's like anywhere else in the world. I think in the States, it's quite common for two people that live together in a relationship, like, to do the whole, like, the man provides. That's not what happens in our connection. It's very much 50-50. Down to everything, including the household chores, and we've done that well. But now it's to that point where, okay, so what happens now that one person is earning a significant amount more than the other? The other person has a disability, multiple disabilities, a lot of mental health issues that they are waiting on, and this is the reality for a lot of people, hence why I'm mentioning it, that are waiting on seeking help for, that is impacting their ability to work and their ability to provide for themselves. And so there's this anxiety and fear and this unworthiness, or this just this trigger about, and this frustration around not being able to have the same opportunities that the divine masculine is so obviously showing signs of having, and it really doesn't feel fair. It's almost this what about me energy, and there's no resentment toward the divine masculine at all. There's no resentment. There is joy and elation and excitement for the divine masculine, because the divine masculine deserves this new opportunity that's come into their sphere. But it's having the divine feminine really, really experience feelings of, okay, well, what does that mean for me? Because there's obviously fears being come up around, I'm going to be left behind. Am I going to be expected to perform the same, to the same standard and the same level? Because that's just not feasible. There's just a lot that's, coming up for the divine feminine. And I feel like the divine feminines, I've spoken to a couple of other divine feminines who have said the same energy, different situation to me, but it's the same core wound that's coming up. So it's a theme in the collective. And yeah, it's like the divine feminines are really worried and really think that the divine masculine doesn't think about how this is going to negatively impact the divine feminine, and the divine feminines don't feel as though the divine masculine is considering the flexibility now that they need to show and that they need to have. Let's pull some more. Choose a new direction. No. Be assertive. Okay, hang on. I feel like that didn't feel right. Let me just pull. Let's clarify some more about this opportunity. Especially because there's no like assertiveness from the divine masculine. Okay, well, this is a new opportunity that I've had, and this is what it means for us. There just seems to be this. They seem to still be in this energy of like, I'm over here and you're over here, and we're trying to like do life together that way. And it's not a team thing. And this is obviously what the divine masculine is having to work through. So remain positive. Well, that feels like a bit of a slap in the face, Spirit, because it's not inherently possible for divine feminines to just remain positive here. Recovery. So the divine feminines are still in a state of recovery here. If anything, the sign that your divine masculine is getting all these great opportunities is a sign that, because you guys are linked, you are one. So their abundance means your abundance. Not that you're taking from their abundance, but you having your own abundance. In the near future, what's in the near future? We've got success on the bottom of the deck. What's in the near future, Spirit? Within the next few weeks, and choose a new direction. So that came up again. Okay, so in the near future, which is within the next few weeks, okay? So anywhere from now, this is sort of happening now, and this is within the next few weeks. So anywhere between now and the next few weeks, there is going to be this opportunity to choose a new direction. What is this new direction? What is this new direction, Spirit? Is that the helpful people card? Yeah, helpful people. Okay, so there's going to be a new direction with this opportunity. Okay, I think this is talking about what this means for the divine feminine. You need to focus, divine feminine, on continuing to recover from the triggers, recover from whatever it is, whatever cycle you're in right now. You're going to receive some help when it comes to, what does it say about the choose a new direction? Because that feels really ambiguous to me. Okay, so it says, the time has come to choose a new direction for your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out in the world for you, and you've been procrastinating following the guidance of your angels. Make a conscious choice to be the person you are meant to be. I don't feel like the procrastination is relevant. I feel like for this situation, this is just saying that there is like your new direction that you have been waiting for. I feel like divine feminines, you've been waiting for this new direction for quite some time. Okay. That is the opportunity for that is coming. Big happy changes. The reason it's not here yet is because you are still in recovery. Okay. Okay, so let's see what the divine masculine has to say to the divine feminine about this new opportunity that they've received and what it means for the divine feminine. free to skip ahead. I'm just going to take a second to just tune in to my Divine Masculine's energy. See what the Divine Masculine has to say for the collective on this matter, about this opportunity. Five of Cups, Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Star. Ooh, okay. So what you're not seeing that the Divine Masculine is wanting you to know is that something that you have been building is the momentum is really picking up here. This is like a creative endeavor. So maybe you guys are creatives like me. This is really, you've been investing so much time and energy into this, and this is building. You've been building this for a very, very long time. This is almost here for the taking, for the picking. Look at this, the Empress and the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So fulfillment is here, is almost here for you. Once you, and here's the thing, the Star, so this is wish fulfillment, but this is also healing. This is the recovery card too. So the Divine Masculine is saying, once Divine Feminine, once you stop dwelling on this, and this, I'm hearing very distinctly, this isn't to say like, get over it. You need to dwell, you need to experience this, you need to move through this, okay? It's part of the recovery. Part of the recovery. Once you move through this, once you have felt the disappointment and not the loss of hope, but just the disappointment, once you've felt that, you will be able to let go of what, let me see. How about the Four of Pentacles reversed? Oh, okay. So you'll be able to let go of the rigidity when it comes to what? Obviously, when it comes to life, path, finances, and all that jazz. The rigidity based on limiting beliefs. What are the limiting beliefs, Divine Masculine? What are the limiting beliefs? Just to clarify, what are the limiting beliefs here? Okay, so it's almost like the limiting beliefs are that you aren't growing, or that you're not moved, that the Divine Feminine isn't going to be able to access abundance. Okay, sorry. These cards came out and I thought maybe it was saying something else, but that makes sense. That things can't change, that things can't evolve, that your situation isn't going to change or evolve. This is the choose a new direction. So then what is this new direction? We've got Death, the Queen of Swords, the Magician, and the Six of Pentacles. The new direction, I think, is just the embracing, letting go of the rigidity. And the rigidity is, and this is what I heard, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be worth it, yeah. That's literally what I heard. So the rigidity is that you're putting an end to this idea that it has to be perfect, that your life has to be perfect, that you have to be right up wherever your divine masculine is. And this is what the divine masculine is forcing you to realize and embrace through this trigger, whatever it is that they're triggering you. So it doesn't have to be perfect, divine feminine. And through releasing, the way to release that idea is to dwell in it. That's the only way, because it's the natural progression of things. So you allow yourself to feel shitty about it, and then it won't feel so shitty anymore. Then self-mastery over that. Sorry, my incense is like coming in front of the screen. Then the self-mastery is of that idea, of that struggle, is reached. And balance can be restored to your finances, to your life, to your situation. Now, that's something I wanted to look at. The divine masculine's asking me to ask, when it comes to this belief that things can't change on a dime, that things can't or won't improve, or that they're not improving, when it comes to that belief, why is that belief there? Divine masculine, why is that belief there for the divine feminine? Too many, thank you. Why is that belief that things can't or won't change, that the divine feminine's situation won't change? Queen of Swords again, and the Nine of Cups. So the wish fulfillment, we've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Knight of Cups, Six of Wands. First of all, what I'm noticing is the divine masculine keeps bringing the divine masculine, the divine feminine up as the Queen of Swords, which is like the wounded feminine. So this is a belief or this is a wounded feminine trauma or something like that. And it's really thinking that entirely. Can you make those last 3 cards clearer? Divine Feminine. I'm not seeing the unity behind them. Okay, so it has something to do with, clarify this Knight of Cups. Ace of Swords, okay. So this has something to do with the Divine Feminine having this like wounded feminine perspective on her wish fulfillment. And the wish fulfillment is like you want what you want, right? Whatever this is. Like for me, this is about the career success, the, you know, not being able, like not having to sacrifice, you know, the things that you want just to survive. But there's wounds around worthiness, okay? So the what do you call it? Rigidity of the wounded feminine here, wanting these things, okay? And the way that you want them is through feeling rewarded, okay? It's like this reward system. If I do enough, then I have enough. And that's just not how it is. It's like you will be rewarded. So the Knight of Cups here is symbolizing being rewarded, being given, being rewarded. It's emotional fulfillment, rewarding your wish fulfillment through success. And this would make you feel like, oh, I've earned this. So it's the earning again. It's the feeling of victory. I've finally done it. And when it comes to this, it's just a natural progression of the way that it goes. It's not like, oh, I'm not working hard enough. And I think subconsciously there's a fear there, Divine Feminine, or there's a belief, there's a subconscious belief there that you're not doing enough. So every time Spirit or your Divine Masculine is guiding you to rest and guiding you to not act out of trying to do more to be worthy of having what you want, it feels counterintuitive. And this is what you're learning here. This is something you're very close to completing this cycle. We are very close to completing this cycle, okay? And the Seven of Swords reversed here, this is like putting an end to the self-sabotage. So it's a self-sabotage thing, and it wasn't always that way. This is a learnt or a taught behavior, and this is the recovery aspect. So now they want you to say something else. 3 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So I'm hearing the Divine Masculine saying like you're trying to reach something that doesn't have an end, okay? So this energy, this whole, like you wanting this is fine to want this, but the way that you're approaching this wish fulfillment is you're trying to achieve something that doesn't have an end. And what I mean by that is you'll forever be working hard. And you've been taught, you've been trained that that's what life is and that's how life is. And it's not. And it's not. Maybe for others, but for you specifically, this is your generational wound to unlearn. Now I'm hearing never enough from the Greatest Showman. Wow. All the stars in the brightest spotlights, all the things in the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. This hand could hold the world and it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Wow, okay, so it's just like they're saying like it's not happening because the way you're going about it, it'll never, no matter what, like it'll never be enough. You'll never have the time, or you'll never feel like you have the luxury to stop and smell the roses and enjoy what's in front of you, okay? Because you'll be constantly working toward the next thing, okay? So once that energy is unlearned, then you can really start to really stop and smell the roses and really enjoy. And it's really interesting because that's then when you'll get what you want. Never enough. It'll never be enough. So if you were to get it in this state of being, it just would never be enough. So then, thank you, Divine Masculine. So it seems like you're on the precipice, Divine Feminine, of choosing a new direction, choosing a new way to go about it. And this will be revealed to you over the next coming weeks. Five of Wands. I didn't even ask a question. Okay, so Divine Masculine, what do you want to say now? What do you want to say to all of this? Ten of Swords, this is a wound. This is a wound that is needing to be healed. This is because a primary caregiver, no matter what you did, it was never enough for them. So now it's never going to be enough for you. Okay, and that's how you have been carrying yourself. Because for them, nothing was ever enough in their life. And then when it came to you, you never did anything good enough, or it was never enough what you did. So now when it comes to life, or when it comes to you, this never enough energy. Yes. Sorry, say this. And the Emperor. Oh, I'm hearing like, please don't resent me. So the Divine Masculine isn't wanting you to resent them for showing these wounds to you. This is just how it is. This is how it has to go. This is the twin flame journey. Eight of Wands. Six of Wands, Six of Cups. Knight of Wands, Three of Wands. Okay. So it is a lack mindset. So they're saying, once this is healed, or once this begins to heal, things will start speeding up very quickly for you. And they had started to. They had started to speed up. And they've slowed down because you need some time to process what's actually going on. Okay, you are still successful no matter what. This pursuit of success started in childhood. Some of you could have been, I know we've talked about this a couple times on the channel, some of you could have really been a gifted child. And your family could have exploited that, or they could have nurtured that gift that you had, but in a way where they really, like the overachiever, where they really pushed you. Like it was never enough. You always had to do more, do more, do more. And the things that you wanted didn't matter. That's a big block to this wish fulfillment, because the things that you wanted didn't matter. And it might have been used against you. Well, if you do this, then you can get this. And maybe you never got it. Or you never got that sense of satisfaction because there was always something else that had to be done or had to be achieved. So Divine Masculine, how do we Divine Feminines really put a stop to that energy? Because to be honest, as I'm reading this, I can't see a life or a world where I don't feel like that. And I thought it was just me being goal-oriented. No, it's just trauma. What's new? Divine Masculine, how does the Divine Feminine finally put a stop to that? How does the Divine Feminine finally release herself from that wound? And I'm hearing as well, for some of you, you're not getting that, your Divine Masculine telling you, no, you're enough, you don't need to do that, it's okay to put down that. They're not telling you that because it wouldn't make a difference. You need to be able to feel genuinely no, it's okay to stop. I don't need to do that. Why do I need to do this? Or why do I need to be doing too much all the time? You really need to come to terms with that and feel that way. So there's no use in your Divine Masculine giving you permission to feel that way. That's just you parentifying your Divine Masculine again. Because that is what you needed your parents to tell you. It's okay to stop that. So that's why you're not seeing your Divine Masculine reassure you there. Because again, that's not their job. That's not their role. So how does the Divine Feminine finally come to terms with that? Hanged Man, surrender. Surrender and joy. With the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom there with the Tower. Surrender to joy and walk away. Surrender to the joy that you walked away from in order to build something. I feel like there's a lot going on out there. I hope everyone's okay. There's a lot that's blocking. Okay, so it's like you know this and I'm telling you this and you're like, yeah, I can see how that'll make sense, but how do I actually come to peace with that? How do I actually make peace with that and no longer feel that way? Or because for a lot of us, it's a subconscious, unconscious behavior. And for a lot of us, it's our biggest childhood wound. It's the wound of the overachiever, I'm hearing. Four of Cups. The King of Cups. It's this always waiting for something else to happen. So I think there's just this surrender that needs to happen, but this isn't a surrender that you can force yourself into. You can't force yourself to surrender to something. It's something that's going to happen by itself over the next coming weeks. And as well, it's this admitting that there's something missing. Like actually allowing yourself to feel like, remember what I said? It's allowing yourself to dwell. It's okay, but it's more like giving yourself permission. So this is the reparenting yourself and giving yourself the permission to feel that way. Because in the past, when you did feel that way, and remember how I said your parents, like, or, you know, if you were the gifted child, it was never enough. You were never, your wants didn't matter. So when you showed adversity to that, you were told that it was wrong to feel that way. Because, I don't know, for whatever reason that was, I feel like that's not necessary. And that's where you learnt to shut down your feelings. You weren't taught to shut down your romantic feelings or your compassion for others. You were taught to shut down your compassion for yourself. Holy crap. That is a big one. That is a big one for divine counterparts divine feminines who view their divine masculine as being withdrawn, distanced, detached emotionally from them. Okay? For a while I've been contemplating, because you know, they always say, well, your divine masculine is a mirror. So whatever they're showing you towards your, like whatever they're showing you, that's how you're being toward yourself. So when you view your masculine as not being forthcoming, not being open emotionally, not being, not extending you compassion or understanding, or being distanced and detached, that's where you're doing it to yourself. And this is something that had been taught to you. Intellectually, divine feminines that are resonating with this message, intellectually, you are in tune with yourself. You understand your feelings and emotions, but you don't extend yourself compassion. You're constantly looking for permission to feel that way. Knight of Swords. It's like when you have those feelings or emotions, you assert yourself. You're like, oh, well, I'll fix that. It's never, I'll let myself feel that way. Yep. And that's where it is. Thank you, Divine Masculine. Oh my God. That's how the change happens. They're like, bro, this is how the change happens. The compassion. So then, quickly, I know we've been going for 45 minutes, and I've got to do some live readings, but just quickly, how do we then have that compassion for ourselves and feel that compassion for ourselves? Four of Swords. Maybe meditation. Maybe this is something that you have to practice in meditation. The Star, this is healing. The Magician. And the Eight of Swords. I think there's something about really, really connecting with yourself. I don't know how exactly to do that, but I feel like now that the opportunity to do that is unlocked. And they're bringing me to that helpful people card. How do we connect to ourselves? How do we have compassion for ourselves? How do we genuinely feel compassion for ourselves? Like genuinely. Divine Masculine, how do we genuinely have, yes, how do we genuinely feel and have compassion for ourselves? How do we do that? Unlikely. Within the next few months, this is something that's going to be mastered within the next few months, I'd say, Divine Feminines. How do we genuinely feel and have compassion for ourselves? By feeling how we feel, by allowing ourselves to dwell. Oh my God, it's so simple, right? By allowing ourselves to dwell and not policing ourselves on like feeling something. Wow. That's when you can eradicate that way of being. What comes after that? Compassion. Oh my God. Okay. So guys, I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to leave it there because we've been going for 50 minutes now and I've got to go. But I really hope that this helped in some kind of way, and I hope that you guys are able to, well, I wish you luck on your journey of having and finding compassion for yourself. A lot of you have been taught to be compassionate toward other people, but you were never taught how or to have compassion toward yourself. Okay? If you guys want to book a reading with me, I would absolutely love to read with you. I am now offering one-on-one video chat readings. They go for an hour, and we can do it either on Zoom or Instagram. You can let me know. Once you've purchased, I will email you to book in a time that works for the both of us. So the link is in the description box to my website, or you can just order a written reading. There's a bunch to go through. So there's Etsy shop and my website. So whichever you'd prefer. Yeah, hopefully I will meet you guys and speak to you guys soon, and have a wonderful day.